Hello and good morning, good evening, good night, whatever time of day it is for you. Welcome to Alex's Notes from the Middle. Like always, I'm your host, Alex Light, and I am back from San Diego. Uh, what an amazing trip that it was. Here's some pictures from the trip. Eric and I did so much, and it seriously, like, it was such a blast. And I've had some people ask me, what was your favorite part or what was the favorite thing that you saw? And it was really hard to like pick a specific moment because of all of the amazing things that we did on the trip, but I would say if I had to choose one specific moment in time, it would have to be my first Pacific Coast sunset. Uh, the energy the energy on that day was just so magical. Um, we landed that morning in San Diego at 8 AM. We were at the airport at, like, 4 AM Central Time, and by the time we got there, it was only 8 AM in California. So, we had, like, all day to chill and do what we needed to do, and we were kinda just, like, flying by the seat of our pants on this trip, and I know a lot of people, that's not something that they're comfortable doing, but it was really awesome to do that, and it's not the first vacation I've done that on, but we decided to start the day in Ocean Beach, and we had breakfast at this, like, really cute cafe, and we sat outside, and, like, so many people just walked by with their dogs, and it was, like, really chill, and I noticed that, like, everywhere we went when we were there played, like, late '90s, early 2000s, like, alternative music, so it was just, like, a really cool vibe everywhere we went, and while we were in Ocean Beach. Oh, actually, prior to that, sorry, we went to this area and we were going down these cliffs, and I gotta put my feet in the ocean, in the Pacific Ocean for the first time. I've been to the Atlantic side, I've been to the Gulf, but I have never been to the West Coast ever in my life. So getting to stick my feet finally in the Pacific Ocean was so cool. And I've had people my whole life be like, "Oh, where are you from?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm just from Iowa." And they're like, "Oh, I would have thought you were from California." And now I get it. After being there, especially San Diego, and meeting people and just seeing the way that they live their life, it totally is something that I vibed with, like, really on, like, such a deep and secular level, and I loved it. I loved everything about it, and had I gone there 10 or 15 years ago, I wouldn't have came back to Iowa. I wouldn't have. But anyway, so got to climb down these cliffs, got to play in the sand. I found this heart-shaped rock on the beach, which is really cool because I went with my honey pie, and we had such a good time. Got to stick my feet in the ocean. It was very cold. It was like 65 degrees the whole time we were down there, and it was it was really nice. So anyway, we walked around for the day, we had breakfast, we just hung out, and once he found an Airbnb for us at Ocean Beach, and I was like, "I just wanna see a sunset." He's like, "Well, there's this farmer's market thing going on," so we're walking around the farmer's market and just drinking some juice. He's like, "Well, let's go to the beach." So we walked down to the beach, and there's these people having this drum circle, which was so cool, and these people had, like, these ropes tied up in between the trees, and they were doing, like, acrobatic stuff on it, and just, like, people just living their lives, just hanging out. Like, so many of these people actually lived out of their vans, which is really cool because the vans, like, nice. Not we're not talking, like, some of them weren't the nicest, but I mean, like, we're talking nice camper vans and stuff like that. And we're walking down, um, the sidewalk, and there's, like, this rock ledge next to us, and then on the other side of the rock ledge is the beach, and you can hear the ocean waves, and out there you just see a surfer still just bobbing on their surfboard. And we sit down on the rock wall, and the sun starts going down, and everybody just walks out to this rock wall, and we all just look, and as a cohesive energy, we all watch the sun go down, and it was it was such a magical moment because everybody was happy, everybody was at peace, everybody was there for the same moment. You have locals, you have tourists, you look out and you can see the sun going down, and this ship is going across the horizon, like going across the sun. And that surfer is just bobbing in the water, and you can see the pier coming out. The pier is actually condemned, so nobody could get up there. So it's just the pier, this surfer, and this ship in this beautiful orange and red sunset. And everybody's just so happy. And the breeze is blowing just so lovely. It was a really cool moment. So I thought that would be what would be my takeaway moment from California. I could do that every day, every single day. I'm just like mentally, I'm just back there. I'm just back in this space of like peace and tranquility, you know? And then when we were getting ready to leave, because, it was dinner time, we were kind of hungry. So we're leaving, and there's this guy in the back of his pickup truck, and he's in like this like long jacket that looks kind of like a wizard's robe. And he has his DJ set up in the back of his truck, and he's just jamming, and everybody's like just dancing and grooving. And I was dancing as we were walking down the sidewalk. It's really cool. I will never forget how I felt in that moment. As long as I live, I will never forget how tranquil and at peace I felt. I just I just did. It was wonderful. And then, we went to this place called the Flower Fields, and I signed us up to do yoga there. So we got to go before it was open, and it was a little cloudy and the sun would like peek through every once in a while, but they had like over a million ranunculus bulbs that were planted. So there were just flowers everywhere. And we're up on this hill, and you look over and the ocean is in the background. We're just flowing with yoga. It's so cool. Oh, it's so cool. I would encourage you guys to go out there. Like the way that I feel in my heart since coming back, I've just felt so much happier. And I needed a vacation so bad. Really did. But I didn't realize how much that a vacation like that could truly impact your life. And Eric, he travels. He likes to go see other places. It's, you know, likes to experience the world, and I'm looking forward to more adventures in the future. So that was my moment of like, yeah, gosh. So anyway, we get back, and I we got back last Wednesday, and just kind of kick started going right back to work, and was busy all weekend. Sunday, I got to meet a bunch of the I got to meet a bunch of Eric's friends, and like get to like actually see people's faces, and it was really cool 'cause, like, what a neat group of people too. They're just really cool people, and I like good people. It was such a good time. And I went to church Sunday, and I hadn't been for a couple weeks, so it was kind of nice to go. And when I go, like, I know I've said this before, but I was not raised a Christian. I don't identify myself as being a Christian, but I like to go and I like to hear the messages and I turn it into my own thing and I really appreciate um the word quite a bit. I love listening to the good message. If there's places that I've gone before and they didn't vibe with me, I'm like, okay, that's not the place for me. I'm not gonna go there. But I'm a person that's, filled with peace and love and acceptance for all. And so I try to make sure that places that I go also feel that way and surround myself with people who um also, want peace and everything like that. So when I go, I take the message and I'm like, okay, how can I fit this into the life to fit my beliefs and how I feel about the world or how I feel about certain situations. And this Sunday was based on this is what I believe. And he was like, "What do you believe?" And I was like, "What do I believe?" And then I thought about myself and the beliefs that I have about my heart and my soul and how I am put into the world and what was I put on this earth to do? What did the universe put me here to do? What when I look in the mirror when I'm having trials and tribulations, what what is it that I truly believe in those moments? Do I truly believe I'm a good person? Do I believe in my heart of hearts that the universe has me? Do I truly, truly believe that things are going to be okay? When I look in that mirror, how do I feel about myself? Do I truly feel I'm an authentic person? Do I truly feel that I am kind? Do I truly feel? And I've had moments where I've looked at myself in the mirror and I'm like, yeah, I kind of feel like a fraud. And I know there's a lot of people who go on this journey and a lot of people who have been in my life coaching courses and stuff with me where we're like, oh, who am I to teach this stuff? Who am I to come out here and tell you that you should be living a life that you would love living when I'm not at my dream yet, right? Like this is my dream journey. I'm not at my end goal yet. There's a lot of things in my life that would be different if I were at my end goal. But how I get there is by teaching and by doing and by living by example, right? So one of the things that I have proof that my manifestation has worked in the past. I have proof of that, right? I have proof that I have believed in myself and that I am worthy at some point in time because there are things that I have dreamed of that now have came true. And I have other dreams that are developing. So what do I believe? Do I truly believe that I'm authentic? Yeah, I started to become more authentic. And I put a post on my TikTok the other day that was about the ick. Because as I become more authentic, I've also become less of a pushover. I've also became less accepting of bad ideals or negative ideals or hateful ideals. I I talked about how I get the ick when people do certain things. And I think you're part of the problem in the world. Ew. And then I don't surround myself with that anymore. I don't have myself surrounded by people who don't um have the same like general values. Yes, I'm able to sit down and have conversation with people who have different views than me, but there are some things that I'm just not willing to bend on anymore. And there's some things that I'm not willing to have an excuse about anymore. So when I look at myself in the mirror and I talk about myself being authentic, I am authentically me all the time. And if there's something where I'm like, no, that is not okay, I'm going to say, I'm sorry, but that's not okay. I can't surround myself with that. I can't have my son around that. I don't want my boyfriend around that. I don't want my family around that anymore. And that's how I truly, truly believe. Um, so I guess my question is what do you believe in your core of core when you look at yourself in the mirror? What do you truly believe? I think it's a hard thing to do. And when you look at yourself and you think, some of us might look in the mirror and think we're a bad person. Some of us might look in the mirror and think that we're fake. Some people might look at ourselves in the mirror and think I'm unhappy, I'm not worthy of my dreams, I'm not this, I'm not that. Is that what you want to believe? Or what can we do to get you on a journey of looking at yourself in the mirror and truly believing that you're worthy of your dreams and truly believe that you're worthy of love and truly believe that you are a good person who is filled with love and laughter and joy and authenticity? What can we do to get you there? Because I'm here to help you. Because I know that that's happened for me and I know the steps I took to get there. And maybe we need to tweak the steps a bit to make it work for you, but that's what we will do together. We can build something to help you be the best you that you can be. And by being the best you that you can be, the you that you want to see in the mirror every day, the you that you want to be, not who somebody else wants you to be, not who somebody else says you are, but who you truly believe you want to be. I seriously just, I've talked so much about this journal that I have. I write in it all the time because I think about those things where somebody could say something and it could trigger a thought in my mind in that moment. And I'm like, I have to write this down. And I saw a reel the other day, and I don't know if any of you have seen the movie Holy Man with Eddie Murphy, and if not, maybe you've heard this quote. And this quote gets to me every time I read it. So if I tear up, judge me if you want to. I don't care, but it's deep, and it does something to my heart every single time I read it. 75 years. That's how much time you get if you're lucky. 75 years. 75 winters, 75 springtimes, 75 summers, and 75 autumns. When you look at it like that, it's not a lot of time, is it? Don't waste them. Get your head out of the rat race and forget about the superficial things that preoccupy your existence and get back to what's important right now. Right now, this very second. And I'm not saying drop everything and let the world come to a grinding halt. I'm saying that you become a seeker. You could be loving more. You could be taking some chances. You could be living more. You could be spending more time with your family. You could be getting in touch with the part of you that lives instead of fears. That part of you that loves instead of hates. That part of you that recognizes that humanity in all of us. And I tell you, that's where you're fortunate. So when you put it like that, do you want to be wrapped up in the BS? Do you want to be wrapped up in what somebody you don't even like has to say about you? Do you wanna be wrapped up in not following your dreams because you don't believe in yourself? Or do you wanna take that chance and just see what happens? Ask the question, "What's gonna happen?" The worst that can be said is no. Ask the question. Take the risk because there's not really a lot of time. I saw this woman post on this page. This woman was talking about Botox and fillers, and you do you. You do you, you do what makes you happy. But a woman under it commented, and it hit me in a way that, like, really made me think because I realized how mortal I was once I had my son. I realized how fleeting time is when I had my son. He's already 9. Where did that time go? Next year, I'm gonna be 40. Where did that time go? Where did the last 20 years of my life go? You know? And I think about that, right? And she said, I am 45 years old, and my mom died when she was 30. And I bet you she would want to wake up every day and see her aging face because she knows that she's alive. And that hit me in such a way that I haven't been able to stop thinking about it because, like, going to California, it was something I've wanted to do for so long. And the last 15 years of my life, and I didn't want to go by myself, and maybe I should have at one point in time or not. I don't know. But the people I was with, they never wanted to go. California sucks. California this, California that. And I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like it would be the right place for me. And then Eric's like, I love it there. Let's go. And I felt like this whole sense of like, I can't believe I waited this long. And I'm never going to wait this long again to take an opportunity. There's not enough time left to not follow your dreams and to not take opportunities and to not do what you need to do to be able to go after what you want in life. Life is so fleeting. And since I've been back, I've actually been like more active. I've been drinking more water. I've been like wanting to care and take care of myself so that way I am able to go on those adventures and see those things and be there for my son and everything. And I know that I've wanted to do that before I went. I know that. I took the risk to take life coaching courses. I took the risk to learn who I was. I took the risk to, you know, I said I wasn't gonna date. And then I met Eric and I took the risk of like saying yes to him when he asked me to be his partner. Like I started saying yes to more things and then there's other things like, oh, I still need to work on that. I still need to do that. And seeing this 75 years quote and reading that woman's post about her mom, like my mom had cancer and and luckily she found it early. Some people aren't that lucky. I mean, there's already been 2 kids from my class that have passed away, and I graduated in 2005. That's crazy to me. And I'm like, I just gotta start living. Like, we gotta live, guys. Like, gotta live our lives. And we have to do what makes us happy. We have to start believing in ourselves and knowing that we're worthy of like this beautiful, amazing love. You're worthy of beautiful, amazing love, and it's out there. And I know it's out there because I never thought that I would find beautiful, amazing love. And I found beautiful, amazing love. And not only do I have beautiful, amazing love in my partner, but I have beautiful, amazing love in my son. That kid has a heart of freaking gold. that kid loves so deeply and he cares so deeply and he fights against bullies and he says what's on his mind. I mean, that's why a couple episodes ago I had to cut a bunch of stuff out because he will tell you how he feels. And he is authentically himself and he lives his life to the absolute fullest that he possibly can for being a kid. And yeah, so like I have wrote down here, transition to the next note. What's your evil that you have to overcome? What's your demon? It could be self-doubt. It could be people-pleasing. Like, really sit with yourself on that question. Excuse me for a second. My nose is dripping because, I'm an emotional wreck. And I'm okay with it because it's just how I am. But really, what's the evil you have to overcome? Why do you have that demon? Where does that demon come from? What is it truly that makes you think that you aren't worthy? Or what is it that makes you think others aren't worthy? Like, is your demon something within yourself that needs healed to make you less scared or less hateful? I'm going to assume most people that are watching this are not hateful people. But those people are out there. They are. Another thing, raised in the Midwest, right? Can we talk about the raised in the Midwest? The one that I'm going to keep talking about California because it's just life-changing for me going out there. But the one thing I notice that people out there are nice. Do you know what I mean by nice? I've been to New York, people are mean nice. They're going to be honest with you. They're going to be honest with you. This could come out gruff, could come out rough. You go to Florida, it's fake. There's a lot of fakeness in Florida, right? You're in the Midwest. They always say Iowa nice, Nebraska nice, Minnesota nice. We are not overly nice people in our core. And I've actually truly thought about that. And it might upset some people, but I am speaking a truth. Where how many times do you go sit in a place and they're so nice to somebody's face and that person walks away from the table and they start talking? That's not nice. It's Midwestern nice. You are nice to people's face, and the second their back is turned, you will say something. Or you could like truly feel something on the inside that's not nice. But I felt like in California, people were like nice. And maybe it's just San Diego. San Diego is beautiful, and the people are beautiful, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful on the inside, wonderful. And I talk about that too, because there was this reel this woman posted the other day talking about weight and how people should act. And she was so ugly on the inside. She was so ugly on the inside. She had a beautiful face. Societally, by looking at her, very beautiful. But she was very ugly because her soul was ugly. And I felt like when we were in San Diego, people's souls were really beautiful and very kind and very sweet. At least the people we came across. Just genuine, nice, true, nice, not a fake nice. But anyway, back to the Midwest. The one thing that we did learn growing up societally, and I get in trouble for this all the time, is apologizing too much. Why do we apologize so much? Somebody runs into us at the grocery store and I say, "Oh, I'm sorry." They ran into me. Why am I apologizing to them? One day, I felt like I always had to apologize for who I was as a person to other people. "Oh, I'm too loud. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm dressed too provocatively. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I look a certain way. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I stumbled on my words. Oh, I'm sorry." And I'm still really guilty of apologizing too much. And Eric said to me one day, he goes, "You have to stop apologizing." You know what I did? I said, "Oh, I'm sorry." Isn't there a Friends episode about that where it's like, "Stop apologizing. Sorry. Oops, sorry. Oops, sorry." Why do we apologize so much? Like it doesn't make sense to me. Like too often we apologize for the things out of our control or things that's not our fault. Like I even wrote it here. I myself apologize when I laugh too loud because always felt like I was a bother. It wasn't that I should be apologizing to the people that I'm with, it's that I wasn't with the right people. When you're with the right people, you don't have to apologize for those things. Well, there are things that you should probably apologize for. You're in a bad mood one day, you treat somebody not very nice, or you like get a little snippier, and then you go back and you're like, "I'm so sorry. I was in a bad mood that day. It's my fault. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for being an asshole." That makes sense. And I do get snippy at times, and I can be a very difficult person, so it's good to apologize when you need to, but stop apologizing for things that aren't your fault. Stop apologizing for being authentically yourself. If the people you're with think that you need to apologize because you did A, laugh too loud, trip, stumbled on your words, dressed a certain way that they didn't like, blah, 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 those are not the people for you. Get away from them. Find your people. Find your people. They will love you for exactly who you are. And I've learned that with my group that I'm in now. They love me for exactly who I am. And I am going to be authentically who I am. And I appreciate them and I love them so much. That it's a really great place to be when you find that place of those people who are truly there to surround you, to say, "Be yourself." So if you're speaking your truth, why are you apologizing for that? If you're expressing your joy, why are you apologizing for that? Have faith in yourself and the universe and trust you will find your people and that'll be okay. So far, this episode has gotten to 34 minutes. So I'm going to cut it off for today because I have so much more that I want to talk about next week. And this feels like a good stopping point. It feels like a good stopping point to tell you to stop apologizing. Stop apologizing. Look in your mirror, figure out your demon. Find your true core belief. Believe in yourself. Love yourself. You do truly deserve it. And one day you're going to look in the mirror and you're going to actually realize that, yeah, you do. I have slip ups now and then. I do. I have slip up now and then of me thinking that, am I sure I'm worthy? Fuck yes, I'm worthy. I am. And so is Tiffany, and so is Joe, and so is Samantha, and so is, Larry. We're all worthy of our dreams and our goals and our happiness and love. So let's get you there. Just a reminder, I have a merch line. This is one of my shirts here that I am carrying. I am adding on different colors and different style options also on certain things because I know not everybody likes the same style, but they might like the shirt. And they're like, "Oh, could I get that in a different shirt type?" Sure. Let's get that worked out. Let's get a different color because honestly, there's certain colors that don't look good on me. And there's certain colors that I can't wear tan and I can't wear like rose gold and I can't wear like neutral colors. So, and some people can. Some people freaking rock those neutral colors. I'm just not one of those people. That's why I'm so bright and vibrant all the time, because that's what works for me. So I will add more colors. Check out the merch brand. I'm so excited about it. I have a new shirt that I'm going to be releasing. I haven't created it yet, but I am releasing one by this weekend. I will have a new shirt that is up. I have ideas. I've already written them down because, God forbid, I don't put things in my book, you know? So I also thought about starting to carry stickers. I do love stickers. I have one here that says "Bitches Love Flowers," "Success Not Stress," and DJ Chris Coffee. But yeah, so hi. I thought about making some stickers and things like that too. So yeah. Hi, Larry. Also, remember, like, share, comment, subscribe, whatever to help the algorithm so YouTube sees people enjoying my stuff, and they'll be like, "Hey, let's show this to some more people." So I appreciate it. I appreciate you for being here and watching this. I truly do. There's so much that I want to say, and there's so much that I want to get out. And every week, you know, I talked about Eric the other day, how he is the calm to my chaotic mind, because my mind goes 8,000 miles a minute and there's ideas flowing in here all the time. And then finally, once I write them down on a piece of paper, I can get it out. So this is my way of expressing how I can get things out, how I can talk to you guys about things. I just want people in the world to realize their worth, and I want them to know how worthy everybody is. If somebody makes you feel like shit, that's their problem. That's not a you problem. That is a them problem if somebody makes you feel like shit. The right people should be lifting you up. The right people should be cheering while you stand on your soapbox. Okay? So let's start loving ourselves. You can message me anytime. You can comment down below. I also have my email address in the description down below. I have a Calendly if you want to set up a one-on-one meeting with me. They are free for the first meeting. And if you want to work with me as a life coach, I'm more than happy to see if we'll vibe together and to coach you in the right directions so you can discover your dreams. Because there are some people out there, I tell you what, 3 years ago, I didn't know I had a dream. It just took a bad relationship, me to feel horrible about myself, know that no, I don't deserve this anymore, to wake up one day and say, you know what, I'm going to find my dream. And I did. I dreamed my dream. I literally dreamed my dream. So here I am doing my dream that I dreamed up while I was sleeping. So have an amazing day, night, afternoon, weekend, whatever it is while you're watching this. Have a good one. Okay? Go off, look at yourself in the mirror, and tell yourself that you love yourself. We don't tell each other that enough. We don't tell ourselves that enough. I know there's some people out there that are like, I don't say love enough. Man, start saying I love you. Because one day you just won't get to anymore. And that's where I leave this. Have a really great one. I love you all. Thank you so much. Peace and love always.